All right, so continuing on the door skin replacement on this 66 Chevelle convertible door, which is the same door as a hardtop, but I like to be specific. The welding process is complete. I've ground it down, and you'll see occasionally you'll have a pinhole here and there. Here's another one. So at this point, what I like to do is get all of the high spots as low as possible. So there's a little bit of room for filler. And then I'll go over the panel with a block and 80 grit. And you can develop the areas that are a little low. So anywhere that there is black paint left is a low spot. So if you have an outcome that looks like this, you did pretty good. So remember, you've got basically from this body line to this body line to get it right. The rest of the door stays untouched. And the way that I'm able to keep the distortion at a minimum while doing a 100% butt weld is 1, 2, 3 tacks, blow it, the blowgun, and it'll shrink that weld, and it'll keep the heat just where the weld is. So more times than not, the weld will end up actually a little bit low, which is all right, because there's almost no way to do this without having some kind of filler. I mean, it's possible, but you're gonna be there for weeks, and nobody wants to do that. So what matters is that it's a pretty seamless repair, and there's no gaps, no air. If you can have air come through the back side of this, then you got a risk of the paint bubbling. So blowgun for cooling the weld after the whole seam has been welded. Depending on what the contour of the panel is, you can go after it with a 36 grit on an angle. Sometimes I like to use this big 4-inch cutoff wheel, and I kind of use it on edge to kind of go back and forth across the weld. Like if this was the weld, I'd be controlling the head of it with one hand, throttle with the other, and just bringing the weld down. Once the weld is almost flat, I'll take some 80 grit, put it on a round block. For this specific panel, the round block fits in that channel, and I can try and identify the highs and lows. Then I'll take a pair of vice grips, put it on the end of a file, and then run that along that seam, and you'll see where the highs and lows are. After you're pretty confident that you've got it down pretty good, this tool here is great for just bringing it down a little bit. The whole idea here is equal material thickness. Once you're done with your panel, you have even filler, you have even steel thickness, and you shouldn't have shadows develop when this panel heats up in the sun. That's number one concern, is looks good in the shade, put it out in the sun, and then you can see where the weld seams are. You don't want that. So, not bad. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you got any questions, I can do a specific video on specific areas of interest. Have a good one.